Hello. Today we'll be talking about slice of life stories in the Worm fandom. I first have to clarify something though. Due to Worm's nature as a rather dark piece of fiction to begin with, that does invariably tinge all the fanfiction that is written about it afterwards. And so there isn't really much that I'd say is good and manages to avoid being a fic at the same time. So this is a very short list, and a lot of these could be put into many other categories, but I felt like they belonged here just because it is a rarity to find these kinds of stories in the fandom. First up, we have Burn Up by Jingly Jangles. In Burn Up, Taylor is explosions. Give Taylor an incredibly explosive, balls to the wall power that, although it doesn't escalate or improve, is effectively the Juggernaut, but with more fire and boomy booms. It's funny, subtle, and refreshing as a story, and it has a simple but expressive writing style, so props to Jingly Jangles for that. I do have to note as a corollary, however, that upon showing it to some of my friends as an example of some really nice, really simple writing that shows a lot, the reaction was a bit mixed, and I've heard it described as the equivalent of the quality of writing you would expect from a year 10 student in creative writing. I personally disagree with that opinion, but I feel like it should be added to the conversation. Next up, Constellations. Constellations by Unwelcome Storm is a story of a girl and a dog, of a god and her girl. It is a crossover with Origami, the Japanese story about the Materasu in wolf form. It is as adorable as anything that has the fluffiest god. So essentially, Taylor meets best doggo and gives all the belly rubs. And it is absolutely adorable and a really good pick-me-up. A Dusty Silk Costume by Materia Blade. Dusty Silk Costume is a post-Golden Morning one-shot in which Taylor marries and explains her past to her husband, who isn't Brian, unfortunately. Sorry, Anza, gay, or however you pronounce that apostrophe. It's rather short and sweet. Glowworm by Redshirt, in which Taylor is Captain Marvel, and if that doesn't mean anything, Shazam! If that still doesn't mean anything, I'm not going to be able to describe it. So, yeah, just Taylor with superpowers and a tiger. And it's pretty good. And it feels like a Saturday morning cartoon. The writing quality isn't the best, but I would still recommend it. Go Gently by Shana the Short. Taylor is the broadcaster from Welcome to Night Vale, and as such there's a corresponding amount of eldritch activity in Brockton Bay now. This is a greatly mixed story. It attracted a very large following, and in fact, a lot of the things in Constellations Unwelcome Storm has confirmed are intentionally similar as a sort of homage to Go Gently. Heredity by Beacon Hill. It's currently being rewritten, or might be rewritten by now. I'm not sure anymore. It's Taylor and Amy shenanigans where Taylor meets Amy at the bank. There's a lot of power synergy between them, and Taylor is accidentally creepy. It's a rather fun fic and involves some creative uses of powers that I haven't seen done before or since to this level. She Seems Lonely by Materia Blade. This is also a post-Golden Morning one-shot in which Taylor is a teacher and Lung pays a visit. It's short and bittersweet. The Student by Beacon Hill. This is a post-Golden Morning story with a badass normal Taylor with one arm. I can't really say much without giving too much away, so I'll just leave it at it's the kind of quality I've grown to expect from Beacon Hill. Finally, Worm, The Lost Days. This is a round robin, which if you're not familiar is just people writing like short snippets and then sharing it between themselves. The main theme of it is that Weaver is accidentally creepy with the Chicago wards. It's mainly humorous, and it's a shame that there's only 3 parts so far, and it's been untouched for about a year. So, hint hint, if you want to write something about Weaver or doing that, I would recommend trying your hand at that at least. Or in general, just the worm fanfiction ideas thread. Probably link that as well. I also have to make an addendum to the previous notable order to this video, because somehow I missed everything that Unwelcome Storm has written up until this point, and I'll be editing the YouTube video description shortly to also confirm that. And yeah, that's it for this week. I know it's a bit short compared to what I've been doing normally, but as I said before, there isn't really much in the slice of life category, and this is really just because I wanted to put Constellations somewhere, and everything else just seemed to slot in from other categories well. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week.